In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. There is a very important and very useful article. The article has been written by Kiran Athar. Kiran Athar is a researcher in the field of psychology. She is a great trainer and one of the very, very good trainers. And she has written a very important article. And the caption of the article is 10 simple ways to stop being a difficult person. If you are known as a difficult person, if you are known as a difficult person and people are reluctant to get closer to you, then there are 10 simple ways to stop being a difficult person. The people will find you an easy person, the people will like to get closer to you. And the first of all, she says, learn to go with the flow. She says, learn to go with the flow. Mean be in the mainstream. Don't be an isolated person. Don't be an eccentric person. Don't be an eccentric person. Learn to go with the flow. Understand your surroundings and act accordingly. It is like when in the Rome, do as the Romans do. That is, learn to go with the flow. Number two, she says, Kiran Athar Sahiba says, look for solutions, not problems. That's very important. Look for the solutions, not problems. Problems are there, problems will remain there. We don't have to concentrate upon the problems. We need to look upon the problems and then immediately we need to start devising the ways to overcome, to solve it, to manage it. So that is look for solutions, not problems. Number three, she says, practice active listening. We all listen, we all listen. But she says, practice active listening. Mean be very attentive and be very respectful. And wherever you think that you are unable to understand it, grasp it, stop and ask a question that please explain it a little bit because I couldn't grasp it. So that is practice active listening. Number four, she says, avoid criticizing or judging people. That's very common here. Very common here. Very common here in our society. We are always seen criticizing and judging others. We don't have to criticize or judge others. Rather, we do have to, up to an extent, criticize and judge we ourselves. Because this criticism and judging will improve our performance or will reduce our mistakes and errors. And that is what should be the aim. We have no right to criticize or to judge other people. Rather, we need to be respectful toward other people. Avoid criticizing or judging others. That is the fourth way and the fourth item on the list. Number five, she says, show empathy. Empathy is very important. It is empathy and sympathy is almost the same thing. Mean we have to put ourselves into the shoes of someone else. Empathy mean empathizing mean that we have to put ourselves in the shoes of the other people. If at all they have done something wrong or bad, have performed poorly, it actually means that there are lots of troubles in their life. The kind of grooming, the kind of training, the kind of circumstances they have been facing on the one hand, on the other hand, the kind of circumstances they are facing today. So it actually means that we need to feel it, we need to empathize it. Then only we will be able to construct a right sort of opinion. And that was fifth number, show empathy. Number six, she says, learn to manage your emotions. That is extremely important. We need to identify our emotion, that what kind of emotion is active in me at the moment. Whether it is anger, whether it is jealousy, whether it is hatred, or it is sympathy, it is kind heartedness, it is love, whatever kind of emotion is there, I think that we need to understand. We need to identify it first of all, and then we need to manage it. She says that learn to manage your emotions, identifying first and managing then. And then number seven, she says, learn when to let it go. Learn when to let it go. Mean everything have to be, everything else have to go. It's we don't have to keep ourselves busy with something else for all the time. Either it is pleasant or unpleasant. We don't have to keep ourselves busy with one thing for all the time. We have to keep ourselves busy with something else for a limited amount of time, not forever at all. And for that purpose, actually, she says that learn when to let it go. Yes, we have to decide at a certain point that enough is enough. Now I think that I should get busy with the other important thing, and now I need to leave it and learn when to let it go. Number eight, she says practice humility. Practice humility. Instead of practicing the arrogance, we don't need to adopt the arrogance at all. We need to practice the humility. We need to practice the humility instead of the arrogance. Arrogance is bad, arrogance is intolerable, and arrogance actually make others our opponent. We don't have to become their opponent. We don't need to, create the resistance for we ourselves. Instead, we need to practice humility. And number nine, get comfortable saying sorry. Get comfortable saying sorry. Mean if at all we feel and we think or someone else too realizes us that I have done something wrong, I have done something bad, we shouldn't be hesitant to say sorry. We shouldn't be hesitant to apologize. Rather, we should be instantly taking it that I do apologize. I feel sorry for that. I shouldn't have done it. It is wrong. I feel ashamed of that. So there are many ways to say sorry. And get comfortable saying sorry. Number 10, she says respect people's boundaries. Respect people's boundaries, because everyone else has given us a very limited amount of access. Some of the people don't give us an access at all, and we do have to respect this boundary as well. And if at all somebody has given us a limited amount of boundary, we shouldn't cross that boundary at all. We need to realize how much of the right I have got, and not beyond that at all. So that is, respect people's boundaries. So now again there is going to be a quick revision of this beautiful, very important article written by Kiran Athar, Madam Kiran Athar. And the caption of the article is 10 simple ways to stop being a difficult person. We don't have to become a difficult person at all. We need to become an easy person, easygoing with the people. So, first of all, she says, learn to go with the flow, go with the mainstream. Don't be an eccentric person at all. Number two, she says, look for solutions, not problems. Look for solutions, not problems. That's important. And we don't have to focus and to concentrate upon the problem. Rather, we need to focus and to concentrate upon the solution. And number three, she says, practice active listening. Practice active listening. Active listening. We have to be a good listener. We do have to become a good listener, and we do need to practice the active listening. And number four, she says, avoid criticizing or judging others. Avoid criticizing or judging others. We have no right to criticize or to judge others. We do have to be accept it where it is extremely important, very necessary. Otherwise, we don't have to judge other people at all. Now, next she says that avoid criticizing or judging people. Next she says show empathy. We need to empathize. We need to put ourselves into the shoes of the other people. Then only we will be able to understand and them. Number six, she says learn to manage your emotions. We need to identify our emotions first, and we need to manage it then. Managing emotions is very important indeed. And number seven, she says learn when to let it go. Something good, something bad, obviously it's not forever. We can't afford to keep ourselves busy with that particular item forever, and we need to learn when to let it go. And that is learn to let it go. Number eight, she says practice humility. Practicing humility. We don't need to become arrogant person at all. Rather, we need to practice the humility. Number nine, she says get comfortable saying sorry. Get comfortable saying sorry. And we are not perfect at all. We do make many of the mistake, and we shouldn't be hesitant to admit our mistake, and we shouldn't be hesitant to say sorry or to apologize. Number 10, she says respect people boundaries. Obviously, we everybody is not going to allow us any sort of excess. We have to respect this absolute staying away. Number two, that if at all somebody has given us a limited amount of access, we need to respect it even then, and we don't shouldn't be going beyond that at all. That is respect people boundary. Thank you.